Hi guys, today I just wanted to talk to you about remote desktop connection for Mac. I'm just going to show you how it's set up, so let's just get right into it. So first of all, I'm actually going to have to get into my machine first to show you how it would be set up on the Windows side. So I'll have to show you all the stuff that on the Mac afterwards. So anyways, on the Windows machine, you have to make sure these settings are right. You would go to Control Panel here, System, then go to Remote, and make sure Allow users to connect remotely to this computer is checked. And on Windows Firewall, you can leave it on, just make sure Remote Desktop right there is one of the exceptions. And then next thing you want to do is note the IP address of your computer. For this, you go to Start, Run, CMD, ipconfig. It'll tell you your IP address right there for this computer. In this case, it's 192.168.2.106. And then you're going to have to note that. Then what you're going to have to do is get into your router. So as it said in right here, the way to get into your router is note this default gateway 192.168.2.1. Enter it in any web browser pretty much. 68.2.1. It's going to prompt you for your password. Oh, wrong password. Okay. Then it's this is going to look different for different routers, but I'll just give you the general idea. What you're going to have to do is go into the area where you can edit your ports. In this case, I can just get to it from right here. So what you want to do is, remote desktop connection uses a default port, which is 3389, to connect to computers. So what you're going to have to do is make a new, put a port in port range or whatever. You'd enter 3389 from start to end in both of them. You don't even have to put a name here for whatever application. And then you make sure on your IP address, make sure it's whatever the IP address is. In this case, it's 104, but I'll get to that later. Anyways, and make sure enable is checked. And pretty much after that, what you need to do, you're pretty much set after that. I'm pretty sure that's about all the settings for the basics, pretty much. So let me just get out of full screen here and disconnect from this machine. Disconnect. I'm gonna have to open this up. Okay, so it's set 104 by default. It should just connect. Now when you put your ports in, after you put your ports in, once you get to the Mac side, you're gonna have to make sure you know the username of the username and password of that computer. And it's usually going to require you to know a password. I mean, it's usually going to require you to enter a password for remote desktop connection, because they just want it to be like really secure. So anyways, in this case, the username for the computer I'm connecting to is administrator. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I don't have to enter a password. We'll get to that later. I'll show you later why I don't have to. And then just make sure the IP address is right. And then just hit OK and connect. And here we are. I'm connected to the computer that's on 192.168.2.104 on port 3389. And it works decently. The connection is pretty fast. Everything's decent. And It's definitely usable, and this is actually handy for computers that don't have monitors and you need to access them, and as long as they have a network connection, this is very handy for that. So this is just the basic stuff. So now to get into some of the more complicated stuff. Like for instance, if you need to have this stuff set up on a different port, because usually it's on 3389 port 3389. If you want to set this up on a different port, it's not too easy, or it's not too easy or too hard. All you have to do is know your way in the registry editor. So you just go to Start, Run, Reg, Edit. And then what you do is go to H key, local machine. Then you go to System, Current Control Set. A current control set, and then Control. Then scroll down to Terminal Server. Then in Terminal Server, go to Win Stations, and then hit highlight the folder RDP-TCP. And then you want to scroll down in here until you find something that says port number. Right here, port number. And then you double click it, and then hit decimal. And then from here you can change the port that our remote desktop connection accesses the computer on. And I'll just show you an example here. In this case, I have one of the computers set up. It's on port 5000. The IP address is 192.168.106.2.106, and I'll just show you that it works here by first of all disconnecting from this. Don't save. Going to this, and then in this case it's the username was different in this one, and it's 2.106, and it'll connect, and here I am without any hassle really, and it is different in registry editor. I'll just show you real quick. I'm trying to make this trying to make this video sort of quick here. And port number right here is 5000 right there, so it works there. So another thing is, if you don't want to add a password to your computer, because if multiple people use your computer and they don't want the hassle of having to enter a password every time they log in, because they don't use remote desktop connection, here's what you do. So you don't need a password. Go to Start, then you go to Run, then type in gpedit.msc, and it's called Group Policy. So you go to Computer, Configuration, Windows Settings, Security Settings, Local Policies, Security Options, or actually you don't even hit plus on Security Options, you just highlight Security Options. Make sure that's highlighted, and then look for something over here that says, this one, Accounts, limit local account use of blank passwords to console logon only. Double click that and check disabled. Now you won't have to set a password for your desktop or any computer that you connect to log in, and that's why I don't have any passwords set, and that is really a big hassle saver. And so that's pretty much it about remote desktop connection. I mean, everything works decent. It's by all means usable, and it works really well for anything that you would want to do. So that's about it, guys. Bye.